a good person. I mean, obviously, I agree with that. I just feel like you don't have to be religious to follow those standards. Like, I mean, obviously, you're taught like, um, taught to like be nice, don't steal, don't kill people, all that crap. I obviously believe in that, but I don't think I have to be religious to believe in those morals. I think like either I can make up my own morals, or there's just morals that society has built that I think are fine, and I don't need religious to follow them.
But you're not going to rebel against social morals.
No, I mean, yes. I mean, the thing, yeah, I mean, you're obviously raised a certain way, but I feel like not being religious and being religious have like the same basic values, and I don't think I have to be religious to follow those values. Like I said, not stealing, not killing, just being a good person.
Okay, so you feel better religion.
I feel better because I think going to church is actually more stressful than the go at home.
Well, not just going to church, whatever you don't feel like any part of that is helpful.
No, I mean I agree with some of it, but I also disagree with a lot of it. Like I agree with like the 7 basic, I mean commandment things, whatever those are. I can't actually think of it right now, but like I said before, like don't kill a man, don't steal, don't lie, all that kind of stuff. Like I agree with that, but the stuff I disagree with, overpowers me more than the stuff I do agree with in my religion.
But you still keep in mind
Yes.
so
I mean, I wouldn't say since I don't worship God. I think that's a big part of it. I mean, I have basic morals that I don't just find those. It's not like I found those morals out because of religion. Like we're taught that in school, also, not in a non-religious way. I mean, like I said, like the stuff I disagree with more than I agree with it. Like you can't be a homo, you can't be like anything else that they say you can't be.
But society also has that kind of mentality.
I agree, and I don't agree with society having that mentality either. I just feel like society has that mentality because of religion.
Do you think everyone then should not be religious?
I feel like, yeah, the sense of community. Obviously, makes people feel better about their lives. If they want to be religious, go ahead. But I just think, in a way, it makes it worse off because everyone hates on each other so hard for religious reasons, and it's just completely unnecessary. If people want to like jerks about it, I would not have a problem. If you want to believe in God, go ahead. Like with my mom, she believes in God. It's not like I'm like yelling at her to like not believe in God. If she wants to do that, go ahead. I know I'm not gonna change her mind even if I were to yell at her.
I mean, for people that have kids, if you think that they are not, do you think that it benefits them? Like for those who are happy because of it?
Yeah, I do think it benefits them. I mean, cause personally, it benefits them. Might not benefit society as a whole, but I think it personally benefits those people.
So you're benefited
It's a difficult question. I feel like an asshole saying like I'm against religion altogether, just because I mean people believe so strongly about it, and they like. I know I do feel strongly against it. Just people feel so. I feel bad like taking away religion from people who like really enjoy it because it's their thing. I'm not gonna take away their thing. I mean, I don't want people to take away my hating on it. So.
Do you think that kids and families should have any say in how their
I think they should have their own option, but
you should be
their parents should give them that option. I feel like they should, if they feel like exposing their kids to religion, they should be able to obviously expose their kids to religion. I also feel like at a certain age, when their kid is old enough to like understand like what is, like maybe 13 or older, because I feel like at that point that's when I started like realizing like it's kind of bullshit. So I feel like at that age, like if they want to continue going to church, go to church, and the child is like, I mean, for reasoning other than like they just think it's boring. My mom thought I didn't want to go to church because I thought it was boring. It's like, no, I don't not want to go to church because it's boring. I don't like church at all for what it stands for. But I feel like at that around that age, kids can start saying like either they don't believe in it or they believe in it, or have at least a little bit of understanding.
So what do you think about kids who don't argue that way?
I feel bad for them, first of all.
Why would it's
I mean, it's
positive thing in their life?
I mean, if it's something they're into and it helps them out, like more power to them. Like that's fine with me. But if it's shoved down their throat and they just agree strongly with it, then I think that's not right on the parents' part to keep shoving it down their throat. And the kids clearly like, I don't agree, like go away.
What doesn't they that's all.
That's a tough one right there. That's all they know. I mean, I feel like at that point, the parents should have they should have been exposed to something else at that point. No, not necessarily. I mean, at one point in their lives, they will be exposed to something else, and if they still want to be religious, even though they have been exposed to something else, then fine. But I feel like people should have an option. I wouldn't like if my child if I'm not religious when I'm older, and my child is not religious because I'm not religious, but they want to start going to church, they can go to church. They just can't try to bring me to church with them.
So I think
Explore other options. I mean, when they're young, it's hard for them to do that because their parents have complete control of them. But I mean, when they're older and they're out on their own, they're obviously going to explore like different options, or if not, they're going to hear people who have different views and they can argue with them or agree with them. I mean, eventually they're going to be exposed to other things. It just might take a while. It may take longer than other people. It depends, because some kids, it depends on the child specifically, because some people don't have their own mind and are perfectly content believing that, and if they're perfectly content, and I don't see anything wrong with that, because, I don't like kids being brainwashed, obviously, but if they're happy, then, there's really, I think either way, because people try to, force it down their throat. I think that's being, have you ever seen Jesus Camp? It's just really freaky. Like, those kids are, like, crying, and they're, like, 8 years old because a lady is, like bitching about Harry Potter and, like, anything else. Like, about religion, saying everyone's, like, a sinner and everything. I think that's disturbing, personally. I would consider that being brainwashed. Like, putting your ideas in, like, into your child's mind, just like, I'm religious, this is what religion is fine, but there's to an extent where I consider it brainwashing. And a psycho lady yelling at them that everyone's a sinner and Harry Potter is a bad person. Because they could have brainwashed them to enjoy it. It just depends. No, I do believe they can genuinely enjoy it, because I genuinely told my mom to go fuck herself when she kept forcing religion upon me. Brainwashed. Well, I think brainwashing them, if they just involve it in their lives, they bring them to church. There's a difference between involving in their lives and telling them everyone who's not religious is a sinner, everyone who's not religious is a bad person, and you should hate everyone who's not religious. So that's going too far, in my opinion. And I'm not saying I'm right, this is just all my opinion. Okay. That was so real for me.